Good evening, everyone. Thanks to the friends from press and media. Canara Bank is very happy to announce the Q4 audited results today. The bank has done extremely well on all fronts, irrespective of segment, whether it is agriculture, SME, retail, corporate, or on overall growth, the improvement in profitability, the quality of assets, and decent capital. So whatever parameters you can compare a bank's performance, our bank has done very well during March 19, and all the team members of Canara Bank deserves special appreciation for making this to happen. That gives me great confidence to ensure the growth is not only restricted to March 19, we will be doing much better in March 20. In March 18-19, we have grew by 12.71%, and our total business mix crossed the important figure of 10 lakh crores. We were at 10 lakh 43,000 crores as on March 19. The operating profit of the bank has improved from 9,500 crores to 10,590 crores. 1,100 crores during 1 year has been extremely appreciable. And the net profits have improved. We made, due to provisions, we made a loss of 4,222 crores during last financial year. And current financial year, we ended up with a net profit of 347 crores. The important strength of the bank is NPA figures. Gross NPA is reduced from 11.84 to 8.83. Net NPA is reduced from 7.48 to 5.37%. And provision coverage ratio has improved by 10% from 58. We are currently at 68.13. And capital adequacy, we are close to 12%. We have room to improve this segment, which our board also have advised us to explore possibilities of increasing both CET1 and other avenues wherever it's possible. We will be ensuring the bank has comfortable capital for not only current financial year, going forward also we will be planning appropriately depending on growth and regulatory requirement. Overall, the bank has done well on growth, profitability, quality of assets, and the capital adequacy ratios. And I am very confident with 59,000 dedicated staff spread over 6,300 branches, our bank can do much better than what we have done during current financial year. Thank you very much, and if you have any specific questions, we will be too happy to reply. If the presentation, whatever press release what we gave is sufficient enough, we are also happy that we take all your doubts or questions are also answered properly. Shall we take it as no questions?
Going through it.
Okay. I think we should ask our staff and me to answer this. I think our staff members only have to ask questions.
No, these people have come. Some of this side, sitting this side.
Just going to the people.
Some have become Familiar faces, no?
Okay, good. Yes, please. Can you use the mic? Now it's okay.
Keep it closer to your mouth.
As of now, there is no proposal, and it is all, see, government is the ultimate owner as far as any public sector bank is concerned. And we are confident that it will take some more time for that Bank of Baroda, Vijaya and Dena to stabilize. Whatever decisions taken by Government of India, we are ready to. No, the question is first, the offer itself is not made. See, as far as the size is concerned, Canara Bank is third largest public sector bank. State Bank of India, Bank of Baroda. After that, PNB and Canara Bank are almost in same league, 10 lakh crore mark. So with that business mix, definitely we will not be a target bank. We will be an anchor bank, if at all, if it happens. Let the government take a call. See, it is all price sensitive, number one. Number two, there is no communications to us on future course of action. But if it offer is given, we are very confident to manage it. No, it is not closed. They are all there. It's only name changed. No, Vijaya Bank has around 800 branches here. It will continue.
Thank you, sir. Good evening. My name is Vijay from DNS. The question is, what is within the sector among the NPA, it is a major one which contributes for the NPA?
See, sector-wise NPA, if I take into account our bank, Canara Bank, under agriculture we have a NPA of 5.5% to the total advances. Under MSME we have about close to 10%. Under other priority sector it is roughly around 7%. Under corporate sector it is around 14%. Of total 8.8 gross NPA, naturally corporate is the maximum, whereas the other segments are below definitely 10%. And under corporate also it depends on the segment on which the exposures are. At one point of time, steel was in strain, then it moved to roads, it moved to mine, telecom, you name it, it's all sector specifics, but again, it is a function of economy, what's happening in the country. We are very confident that after election, whichever government is there, definitely they will focus on growth. When growth happens, when GDP improves, automatically you will have better resolutions of existing NPAs, and the overall scenario in country, the banking function is nothing but, previously it used to be, if GDP used to be 7%, bank credit used to grow at 21%. Currently we are almost 1.5 to 2 times of GDP growth, and this will continue. Definitely without the economic growth, the issues of public sector banks or banking sector, it is totally interlinked, and I am confident it will get resolved going forward.
What about this infrastructure and power projects and
Our bank, the delinquencies under this segment has been much under control now. We are also very, very selective while giving our exposures on any infrastructure projects, including power projects, but we are not stopping the credit if the promoter is good, project is good and viable. we are definitely there to consider on merits. Aviation, yes, there are strain, but our exposures compared to the industry exposure is minuscule for the size of bank. Whichever account you are talking about, our exposure is not much at all. It is still, the resolution process is on, so why to unnecessarily precipitate an issue when there is a room for finding a resolution or improvement in that segment.
So I need the different plans from this side. Let's see the questions of the failure. Firstly, your provisions have actually jumped quite a bit, it's close to 4 times. So I don't understand why it has increased so much. Secondly, you have a tax drawback of around 2,000 crores. If you didn't have that, then your net loss actually should have been pretty much higher in Q4. Asked by my colleague Douglas Hand, what is your exposure to these, key contentious accounts at this point of time? Maybe G, debt, and IFS. And what is its impact on your position? And if you can throw some light on the
Okay.
credit growth for
Now coming to your first point, the profitability of any bank, the accounting standards permit you to take advantage of deferred tax assets. This has been used by all the banks. Invariably, whichever bank you are seeing, whether it is X bank or Y bank or all 18 banks, whichever is in the market, they use that. So there is nothing differentiated as far as Canara Bank is concerned on the comment. But for the 2,000 crores, here will be net loss. I differ with that comment because it is the system permits it and system uses it. Please understand the balance sheet of all the banks before ticking off DTA. That's my first observation. Number two, that's the reason I made the clear comment. As again, net loss of 4,000 plus crores, 350 crores profit during current year. It's an achievement under any stretch of imagination, number one. Number two, provisions. The net gross NPA is 39,000 crores, net NPA is 23,000 crores. Definitely, I have made a provision of 16,000 crores as far as the requirements are concerned. The strength of a bank depends on what is your, as far as your total business is concerned, what is not only on amount but also on percentages. On percentages, my gross NPA is 8.83%, net NPA is 5.37%. Everyone is aware that RBI has imposed PCA on most of the banks. If the net NPA is above 6%, number one. If the capital is precarious, fortunately for me, it's close to 12%. Number three, they are consistently making losses, which we are not doing. So on all the three fronts, whether it is on provision coverage, now I have the stronger points. Whatever I have provided, whatever recovery I make in that, it straight adds to my profit for current year and going forward. So on that aspect, I am very, very confident. Even the total, including technically written off accounts, even if we make 10% recovery, my net profit will be close to 5,000 crores easily. So it all depends on how we look at the balance sheet, whether it's State Bank or Canara Bank. So I am very confident compared to many other banks. Without naming, I can say the growth, that's why I kept with only one slide for you. The growth is 13%, which is definitely good with given economic conditions. We have projections of 15% growth for, minimum 15% for current year on total business. And second thing is, we will ensure the gross and net NPA from 8.83 and 5.37 drops further down with better provisioning and recoveries. And provision coverage ratio, which was 58 during last year, currently it is at 68. We will definitely improve on this. It doesn't mean that NTR advances are bad for all the banks. More you have PCR that shows the intrinsic strength of the bank compared to the probability of default or recovery in those accounts. But definitely when recovery happens, that stride goes to profitability, and not only provision gets released, it adds to profit, it adds to capital. So in all these cases, when I talk on behalf of entire public sector bank, the issues are 90% it is addressed in most of the banks, which will definitely lead to better performance and better reflection of their balance sheets from current financial year. Definitely I am very confident because the rate of slippages as far as the banks are concerned, it has slowed down quarter on quarter, year on year. And if recovery start happening with better resolutions, I think banks can bounce back with much vigor. And on all these counts, Canara Bank can stand much ahead of any bank, 18 banks operating in India.
Just want to understand that these two various banks, which is actually has done spectacularly well among the PSB, among the all PSBs and which eventually more. Are you going to replicate the success story of Visa and Canada? Because we have seen of late we have slowdown in the consumption story, which Visa Bank tending to us, and Canada Bank is actually reoriented.
Compared to the other bank, Canara Bank is much bigger. Its size is, if my earlier bank was X balance sheet, this is definitely 3X or 4X. Size is an advantage. Second one is reach. We have about 6,400 branches roughly all across India as well as overseas. Third, that gives us the confidence of pricing products. All products are there as far as Canara Bank is concerned. Pricing is competitive. Process is very good. And people, as I said, the 59,000 staff members are totally dedicated. With this business, combination, I am more confident in Canara Bank to record much better results than what we have shown so far.
How does it actually impacted your pocket? And on the fundraising side, how much you actually plan to raise human capital?
See, I appreciate the proactiveness of rating agencies. Particularly they said, Canara Bank capital is around on decreasing trend. That's a view they took. I differ with that view on simple count. Government holds around 72% of my equity. That gives, at least I can go for dilution of 21%. That can add a lot of value as far as capital for Canara Bank is concerned. So there is, and capital raising doesn't depend on only the rating. And the same people have rated some other corporates AAA, which dropped to D overnight. We are not that fly-by-night operators. I am very confident. We still been rated much higher by other rating agencies. That doesn't mean I demean the rating agency which has reduced. They are at liberty. Our performance will speak to ensure we are assigned AAA irrespective of segment, whether it is Tier 1 or Tier 2 or any sort of recognition is concerned in the market. So I am very, very confident on the strength of this bank, and it can do much better, and it deserves, rather I can demand much better rating as far as domestic or international ratings are concerned.
Profit as well as the total
will be more, sir. You can find the difference. We will show the results definitely going forward.
Next quarter, because we think it's a flash.
No, we don't wait for the quarters at all. Our message to the staff also, the decisions, they can be, my branches have been assured, they can get decisions by sending the update either by email or SMS or WhatsApp or whatever communications they have. We are, all the people sitting here are absolutely oriented to give instantaneous decisions based on the quality of proposals what they send.
But if a small customer goes in there, each branch has got its own problem.
See,
Staff problem, the staff problem, the latest is what we are facing in any branch. In a branch, the problem is bigger branches may not be, but if you go to extension branches and clear procedures, the problem is how you solve this.
see, as far as we are concerned, compared to the staff strength of similar banks, we are much well staffed. In the sense, a similar bank, let me name Bank of Baroda also, they have, for more number of branches, they had 54 or 55,000 staff members. Combined with Vijaya and Dena, they have 85,000 staff members for about 10,000 branches. For 6,300 branches, I have close to 60,000 staff members. On proportion, if you look at, we are much better staffed than the industry. And we will ensure the deployment at branch level is much better and proactive. To ensure it is, customer service is much better, delivery is much more professional, and decisions are much more positive and proactive. And we are oriented to that, you can see the difference.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm seeing you.
I'm Narendra from President of India. Nowadays, this farm loan waiver has become a very big political issue, especially in the backdrop of the elections also.
Sir,
Regarding Karnataka,
Sir, before we start on this, there is election code still on. May I request you to ask this question in June quarter? Definitely, I will be more positive in updating you my views and bank's views as far as this question is concerned. Please understand, election is on. Any comment will be construed. Not only we are not supposed to make any political comments on an issue or on any state government with present conditions. We will definitely discuss this once when election results are announced. I am ready to discuss on this point.
can you please throw some light on the figures, how much?
No, even the figures, let the elections be over. It's only another, today we are on 10th, another 13 days, 23rd May, everything will be out. After that, any banker can talk about any issues, particularly which are election sensitive. I am sorry not answering this question, but definitely I will answer with details when it comes for my June review. If there are no more questions, we sincerely thank all of you for your continued support. You can be rest assured, Canara Bank has done well and it will do much better